What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one is between two players on the WCS Pro circuit. Spawning here in the bottom right hand corner of Dreamcatcher LE, playing with the blue Protoss pieces. He's very well known in the Starcraft 2 Pro scene as an incredible Protoss player. His name is MaNa. And his opponent, spawning top left hand corner of the map, playing with the red Terran pieces. He's one of the best Terran players out there, and I absolutely love his draw play. Some of the best draw play, I think, out there in the world of StarCraft 2. His name is SpeCial. So, guys and girls, I'm very excited about this series and this game in particular that is, of course, played on Dreamcatcher LE, that was played at the WCS in Austin and was the semifinal, or one of two semifinals, of that tournament. So all these games do matter in the grand scope of things, and both these players are absolute incredible players with their specific races that they play with. And that said, let's kind of get into what both of these players are deciding to do very early on. I'm not seeing really anything out of the ordinary as of yet. We are going to go ahead and see a barracks come out of SpeCial. On the opposite side, we're going to go ahead and we are going to see a gateway come out, and then followed by a natural nexus, and most likely the Cybernetics core will follow, which is right there, of course. So Cybernetics core has gone down. Looks like this probe is trying to be a little bit annoying, trying to delay SpeCial as long as possible for getting that natural command center. Orbital commands coming in now for SpeCial, and then he is going to have his unit of choice coming out of that barracks is going to, of course, be the Reaper. Do a little bit of some scouting information with the Reaper. But overall, pretty standard on both sides. Now we do have SpeCial is going to come across the map. He wants to get some early scouting information. Just wants to make sure that there is nothing out of the ordinary as of yet from his opponent. Stalker is going to be coming out of that gateway, and then of course the War Prism, or the Cybernetics core, is going to be researching the Warp Gate, most standard upgrade in the book for a Protoss player. That said, this Reaper has made its way across the map, trying to get a little bit of some damage in, and it looks like he will just get out of there before, of course, that Stalker gets him. Looks like this this poor SCV has almost been sacrificed, and this is being followed up now. MaNa follows this up with a Stargate. So very interesting. You know, I'm very interested to see what both these players really decide to do in the as this series kind of unfolds in front of our eyes. We do see, of course, the factory that comes in, as well as that followed with that tech lab on it, and then of course the starport is going to be started as well for SpeCial. So both players very early on giving each other a little bit of that respect that they definitely rightfully deserve. And they're both just pretty much going to be starting to, you know, really get their economies up and booming as quickly as possible. The starport's going to land onto the tech lab. We'll have to kind of keep our eyes. It does look like the cloaking field's going to be coming in for the Banshees. So very interesting. I wonder how many Banshees SpeCial is going to make here, but looks like he is going to go ahead and start that Banshee production. Going to maybe try to catch MaNa a little bit off guard. We are going to see more and more gateways being added now to the mix. And out of the Stargate is going to come none other than an Oracle. So the Oracle looks like it's going to start flying over, and it's probably going to really figure out exactly what's going on. We are going to see siege tanks are going to start coming out of that factory. But both players kind of just, at this point, just giving each other, like I said, a little bit of that, you know, that good old scouting information and just respect by both players. Now we are going to see the third Nexus is going down by MaNa. So he's going to try to, you know, of course, continue the macro game. And that's really what it looks like on both sides. We're kind of setting ourselves up for what looks to be a standard macro-focused game. That said, though, we are going to see a handful of Marines, as well as followed by a siege tank, and then that cloaking field is going to be finishing up here just now. So we're going to have to kind of keep an eye on this because, you know, is SpeCial going to commit here? Looks like he is. He's going after, of course, this third Nexus has gone down, and we are going to have a little bit of some action going down at this third Nexus. Looks like SpeCial's going to try as hard as he can to get this third Nexus right here and right now. It would be a massive pickup if he was able to do that. It does look like some Stalkers are going to try to move in. There is that siege tank, though, that is going to really be helpful for SpeCial, and here comes, of course, MaNa is going to try to do as much damage as he can. It looks like he is going to be able to keep his third Nexus alive, or will he? This is a very close engagement, but it does look like MaNa is going to be able to hold on, at least for the time being. Very nice defense there by MaNa. It looked like for a moment, though, SpeCial had an opportunity to take out that third base. Now, at the same time, we have the cloaked Banshee in the main base location, really doing a lot of damage, getting probe after probe kill right now, and it looks like MaNa is a little bit caught off guard. Observer is now here to go ahead and clean that up. But that said, a little bit of some damage dealt there. We're going to have to keep an eye on this third Nexus because it is already damaged. It does look like none other than SpeCial is going to continue a little bit of this aggression, and I actually like it a lot. He's going to continue with that aggression. Question is this a little bit of an overextension? I mean, that third command center is just, you know, it's obviously going down. We're going to see the double engineering base coming in, so it looks like he's going to get those +1/+1 upgrades. The same can be said for MaNa, though. At the same time, he's getting the double forges. Here we go, though. It does look like those siege tanks are going to be in a really nice position. A little bit of some micros going to come into effect here. Really nice force field there to kind of cut off this army. Beautiful play here by MaNa so far, but the question is it going to be enough? It looks like these siege tanks very well may go down here, and that is, the siege tank does actually survive, or at least one of them does, and here we go. They are going to get that third Nexus. Beautiful pickup by SpeCial. Playing this very well so far, but here come the Immortals. The Immortals are now out. And one of those, of course, Marines is going to go into the bunker, and that bunker is pretty much doomed. So, nice pickup by SpeCial, getting that third Nexus, and it looks like that third Nexus is once again going to go down. But this delays the Protoss player, and that's exactly what SpeCial wants to do. He wants to kind of delay the build order that MaNa wants to go for, and kind of, you know, the unit composition that he's, it might force him to get aggressive, and then SpeCial can kind of sit back and try to play a little bit of some defense. That said, we're seeing a lot of upgrades coming in here. We're, of course, going to see Combat Shield as well as Stim Pack, and then those +1/+1 upgrades are going to be started out of those engineering base for the ground-based units. And as I said, +1/+1 is coming in as well for MaNa out of the forges. So, you know, one thing that's really standing out to me at this point is the robotics bay is coming in. So we're going to start seeing some Colossus play out of MaNa. I think that would be a very good decision on his part. We're going to see more and more Immortals coming out of that robotics facility currently. Twilight Council's going down as well. And the ground armor level, as well as Combat Shield, are going to be finishing around the same time. And ground weapons level 1 is going to be finishing up here for MaNa very, very shortly. So, question is now that MaNa, you know, is behind, obviously is behind in this game, is certainly not out of it just yet. Question is, if you're MaNa, what do you do in this situation? Do you go in and try to do a little bit of some damage, or do you just continue playing the macro focus game? I feel that MaNa needs to, you know, do a little bit of some damage here. I feel that that would really help, you know, going after maybe SpeCial's third command center, or trying at least to do a little bit of some damage. It looks like SpeCial, though, is kind of dictating the pace of this game, because he's moving out right now, right around Stimpack and Concussive Shells, as those are about to finish up. So it looks like he's going to start attacking right when that happens. And it looks like there is a Marine that is going to start trying to chip away at, of course, some of these probes. Nonetheless, though, it does look like here comes SpeCial. It's not a very big army, though, by MaNa. I wonder why SpeCial's not really, he doesn't want to take this. Now, the Colossus are starting to come out. We're starting to see charges being researched as well for those Zealots. And the fourth base is going down now for SpeCial. So I like that. I like that the decision making so far. But here's the thing. This isn't a very big army. I mean, sure, the longer you wait, MaNa's going to have a pretty powerful army. But I feel that right now, SpeCial's got a very good opportunity at hand to do a little bit more damage. He's got that stim pack. Here he goes. He's going to go into that third base location. Looks like there is a counterattack possibly on the opposite side. Maybe some Zealot run-bys. But that being said, there's a lot of damage coming in so far. Got to be very careful. Now, these Liberators are going to come in, and they're going to be very helpful in doing damage to, of course, none other than a lot of these ground-based units. And it looks like this third base has to be given up once again by MaNa, because this army is just getting a little bit too powerful by SpeCial. He's not allowing the Protoss player really an edge at all, and this is how SpeCial really ends up just taking over games. Now, one good engagement, though, could turn the tides of battle. That said, it looks like SpeCial is in a very good spot right now. Now, here come, of course, those Colossus. The Colossus trying to do a lot of damage. Beautiful force fields here, really splitting up this army, but beautiful pickup micro by SpeCial, picking up a lot of those units, but it was some beautiful force fields. They're trying to split off the army, but here we go. It does look as if a lot of these probes are being transported to the other base. The question is this a little bit of an overextension by SpeCial at this point? It looks like these units are getting target fire down by the Colossus, and GG is called, and SpeCial wins game number 1. Very convincingly, very well. Taking out that third Nexus twice was definitely the tail of the tape in game number 1. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between SpeCial and MaNa. And if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace.